Welcome back, everyone. In this episode, I'm leaving Mosel and heading to Baghdad. Thank you to everyone who has contributed to this venture. And Patty, I love spam too. And here's a list of the people who have contributed multiple times. So generous, so appreciated. Please remember to give me a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you haven't. So the kindness of people, here's a guy waving from his motorcycle, and this guy here is so cool.
Welcome to Mosel.
What's that?
Welcome to Mosel.
Thank you. Thank you. This happened so many times. There was such an outpouring of kindness and welcoming. It was really overwhelming how nice people were. This police officer just cuts in front of everyone. I didn't take it too personally because he cut in front of everyone else too. And then this guy like waving from his car and trying to communicate a little bit and let him know that I was from America and so on. And then this guy actually jumps out of his truck, comes over, gets a selfie at the stoplight, and then goes back to his truck. It's crazy. I love it so much. And then, so there was a big holiday, and apparently they needed sheep for that. So that's one of the reasons I saw so many sheep on the road. There was a quick checkpoint there. This was a lot of the scenery, and it's beautiful in its own way. It's obviously barren and arid, but it was beautiful too. More sheep for that holiday. And there's another sheep. And these structures kind of look like forts, and they were everywhere along the road. I'm not sure what their purpose was. If somebody knows, please let me know. And whenever I'd see a truck loaded like this, I would always think of people in the United States with a giant Ram truck, and they'd only carry a small box once in a while. And here's one of the many, many herds of goats I saw in the desert. And here's a checkpoint where I'm recording because these guards wanted photos with me. And I found as I got further and further south, more of the guards wanted to have their picture taken with me, and they were very welcoming and friendly, and it just seemed to get a little lighter and more relaxed the further south I got. Some more of that open terrain. And again, it is beautiful in its own way. There were multiple checkpoints this day, but not everyone wanted to take pictures with me, so if they didn't want to take pictures with me, then I didn't film them. More goats in the middle of the desert, and I stopped to put some fuel in my motorcycle, and several people honked. These people actually stopped by. They're just checking to see if I need any help. People were very kind and very open to helping out wherever they could. It was really, really nice and made me feel very, very welcome and very secure, actually. Then in this section, there were all these trucks parked alongside the road facing against traffic. And this is only a tiny sample, maybe like a fifth of the number of trucks that I saw in this line, all facing against traffic, just parked alongside of the road. I'm not sure why or what happened here or what's going on, but this went on for miles and miles and miles. You're only seeing a little bit of what was actually there. And these guys were really over the top friendly. They took a bunch of pictures with me, all their their personal cell phones, and I got a couple of pictures in there with my phone, and they were just look at it, handing me water like immediately. That happens all the time. As soon as I get somewhere, somebody's like, "Want some water?" I'm like, "Yes." Yeah, they were just so much fun, and this was really fun. It took a lot of time, but it was fun to be a part of, and again, I felt very supported, and they were friendlier than they looked in this photo, but it was great. And yeah, it again, it's time consuming, but a wonderful experience. and they were taking my photo. They knew I was taking their photo, and I told them I had a YouTube channel, so I feel very comfortable posting this on YouTube. And this was a really interesting cemetery right on the side of the road. In my experience, it felt a little out of place in its location, but I guess you do what you got to do. And then here's a market on the side of the road too, and those were everywhere, and you're going to see more of those in the future. But yeah, produce was a big deal, and lots of beautiful produce, really nice, but all kinds of things for sale on the side of the road. Car parts and electronics and all kinds of stuff, but the produce was plentiful and beautiful. And then here's a construction site, no cones, no flagger, nothing, just like boom, construction, here you go. And as I got closer into Baghdad, like, it got noticeably greener. There were more and more trees and vegetation, and the traffic was insane. It was gridlock, so many places, and everybody's jockeying in. This is a 3-lane road that's actually 6 cars across. It was nuts. I started out trying to stay in my lane, but several of the truckers were encouraging me to split traffic and to work my way up to the front. This guy was one of them, and it worked out better for me to get on the side and cut around traffic, and getting into this roundabout right up here was terrifying. To cut across all of those cars, because it seemed like everyone was wanting to turn right and I wanted to turn left, and of course I was in the far right side, but to come clear across here, and I'm actually on a rumble strip right here, going by these semis on the rumble strip on the side, right next to the guardrail. Yeah, it was pretty hair-raising. And then you see more and more trees, a lot more water and vegetation in Baghdad. It was a beautiful city, but the traffic was really overwhelming to me. And here's me riding like a local, doing what I can to get through the traffic, because by this time it was like 105, 107 degrees, and I really wanted to be out of the heat and done riding for the day. It was a long, hot day. And then I got into this traffic, and it's so gridlocked that people are selling stuff in the traffic. Like, they're walking through the traffic, selling water, selling, I'm not sure what this guy is selling, but he was super friendly. What a great smile he has. And I would tell people I'm from America, and they wanted to talk to me. It was very fun, but very hot and very slow going. And he had to bring his friend over to introduce the American. So it's fun, but it's just really hot and slow going. Another guy that wants to see the weird American. And everybody's like, "Aren't you hot?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hot." And then this guy in the truck, he had to be part of the action too, and I interacted with them quite a bit. And he scans the QR code on my windshield, and got connected with my YouTube channel. That was really fun. So being in the traffic isn't like totally terrible, it's just mostly terrible. And Baghdad absolutely had the worst traffic that I've been in so far. But I got through it, and if it were 80 degrees, it would have been much more tolerable than the 107 that it actually was. So I finally starting to bust through and like pulling some illegal moves that would be in the United States. But again, it's just part of the driving culture there. This taxi driver and I interacted quite a bit, and it was nice trying to get through traffic. And then here I'm like in the median. I'm like on the dirt part with all these other cars, just trying to get through. And there's the traffic cops. Thanks for watching. I got to the hotel. It worked out great. I got cooled off, and it was quite the day. I was in Baghdad. Unbelievable. Please give me a thumbs up, and here's a little preview for the next episode. Please tune in. Peace and love to you all.